The first week in May will be Air Quality Awareness Week. John Parsons is the Executive Director of Sustainable Sandhills and the Chairman of the Air Quality Stakeholders of Cumberland County. He offers us some simple ways we can have an impact on improving the air we breathe.
We started celebrating Air Quality Week around 2003 in Cumberland County. That's when we were really made aware and became more aware of our challenges with air quality here in Cumberland County, specifically on ground level ozone. So Air Quality Week is timed to coincide with the beginning of ozone season, and that season generally runs between May and October. And so this Air Quality Week is May 2nd through 8th. And really, when I talk about ozone, there are really two kinds of ozone. There's the good ozone, which is the ozone up in the atmosphere, the ozone layer that we may have heard about in past years. Then there's the bad ozone, which is the ground level ozone that really has some bad health effects for humans and the environment. You know, the goals of Air Quality Week are generally to raise awareness, public awareness of the vulnerable population. Those would be the very young, they'd be the very old, and they would be people with respiratory problems like asthma. So we want to make sure that those vulnerable populations are aware that we're entering the ground level ozone season. We want to make sure that they know how to find out when we're definitely dealing with a bad air day. It's almost like checking the temperature or the weather each day. You can check the air quality, and especially for those vulnerable populations, it's important that they know. Another goal of Air Quality Week is to make sure that the general population knows what kind of behavior changes they can make in order to help improve the air quality on that day. What we're trying to do is to focus this year's attention on air quality around the schools and the things that parents and teachers and the general public can do, to improve air quality right in the vicinity of those places where that vulnerable population gets together every day for 6 or 8 hours. One of the key activities for Air Quality Week this year will be, and it's something that we do every year, is an air quality poster contest in the Cumberland County schools. The contest is open to kindergarten through 5th grade students, and we get some amazing poster entries. What we'll be doing is judging those posters here in the next few weeks, and we'll be making awards to some lucky and talented artists, young artists, at a ceremony on Sunday, April 25th at the Dogwood Festival. We've got about 10 air quality tips that you can work on individually. First one is take your lunch. If you think about bringing your lunch or walking to a nearby restaurant, this reduces the amount of vehicle miles driven in the community. That's a very important contributor to air quality. In fact, I think the majority of our air quality concerns are driven by transportation emissions. Another tip would be drive it right. When you do drive your car, try to use your cruise control whenever possible. Try to avoid sudden stops and accelerations or long periods of idling. And then trip chaining, or trying to, instead of running out on 6 different errands at different times during the day, try to plan ahead and do all 6 at the same time. Doing it at dusk. What you want to do is try to avoid refueling your car in the middle of the day at the heat of the day, when there's a lot more evaporation that takes place. So if you can fuel your vehicle either very early in the morning or in the evening, we'll have a better outcome. Stay tuned. Keep that car, your boat, any lawn equipment you've got tuned up. Engines that are well maintained are more fuel efficient and they emit less air pollutants. It's as simple as that. Leave your car at home. Take the bus. Carpool with friends. You might join a van pool, or if you're close enough to walk or ride your bike to work once or twice a week, every little bit helps. Conserve electricity. When at home, you can set your thermostats accordingly, depending on whether you're in the heating season or the cooling season. But be sure to be comfortable, but every little bit of electricity that you conserve means that there's less carbon emissions, and so that not only helps our global climate situation, but also our local air quality. Cut it out meaning maybe cut your grass less often. And if you're going to insist on cutting your grass, you might think about hand tools or hand-powered grass cutting equipment. And if you absolutely have to use gas-powered equipment, try to wait till after 6 p.m. to cut your grass. You need to know the code. That's the air quality code. It's available on the Division of Air Quality's website. And don't burn trash or yard waste. Particulate matter pollution is becoming a real problem in North Carolina. Outdoor burning is prohibited in major metro areas across the state, and when air quality forecasts call for high levels of air pollution in those areas, it's really important that people are not burning outdoors. Now, I think it's really important that the citizens of Cumberland County recognize that it's really up to each person and family individually to do their own bit to improve air quality. You can't buy a bottle of air to drink. We're all breathing the air around us, and we don't get to choose which air to breathe and which not to breathe. So it really is a community effort, and we all benefit from it.